Alright, it's Mike Redacted. A few months ago I made a video about Skyrim survival mode, saying it's my favourite way to play the game. As part of this survival mode, Skyrim's fast travel system is disabled. I expressed how I like the change of pace and how I enjoy walking amongst the scenery and getting to see all the random encounters in the game as I was constantly on the road. People had mixed thoughts on this video, with many people saying that they didn't like how slow the game felt without fast travel. These people did make some good points, I have to admit, so today I want to delve further into the idea of fast travel. We're going to go through the pros and cons of the various fast travel systems which exist in games and how they impact the player's experience. What does the presence of fast travel add? Hopefully after you watch this video you'll have new insights into fast travel systems and how they can change games and the player's experience of the game. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to see more, otherwise I'll start adding mandatory stealth sections to my videos, and trust me, no one wants that. Even games which do have fast travel systems can do things slightly differently to each other. There are a myriad of different fast travel systems out there, so let's start off the video by briefly discussing the different types of fast travel systems which exist in games. The way I see it, there's probably three main systems. The first system I will refer to as anywhere at any time. In this system, as long as you meet the basic requirements such as not being in combat, not actively falling, and not being in a blocked location, you can fast travel to any point in the game world by simply opening your world map and clicking on a location. This system is most common system which I have seen. It's deployed in games like Skyrim, Fallout 4, Baldur's Gate, Oblivion, and probably countless others too. System 2 is what I like to call point to point. In this system, you can only fast travel from a fast travel point. This may be something like a signpost or a bus stop. This system is a bit more restrictive as it only allows players to fast travel if they are present at the fast travel point. This fast travel system is deployed in games like The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. It's essentially like public transportation of fast travel, convenient but you still have to walk to the station. The third and final system is no fast travel. Not sure if you can really call the lack of something a system, but I'm just going with it. This is deployed in games like Subnautica. There are slightly different fast travel systems too, like the one in Grand Theft Auto where you can call a taxi to go to any point of interest, including any marker which the player has placed on the map, but you do need to part with some in-game cash. But I feel these two or three main systems are the main ones which we see and developers will build off of to make their own unique bespoke fast travel system. The classic game Elder Scrolls Morrowind, a game I'm yet to complete, does not have a fast travel system. The only system to get from one place to another, other than using your legs, would be to pay for travel on a Silk Strider. A lot of older games don't have fast travel systems. It feels as if nowadays games are getting more and more of these quality of life features, which can be a good thing. The appeal of a fast travel system is obvious. A fast travel system allows players to save time. Players who may be a little bit impatient or players who get bored by traversing through the map over and over again get to use the fast travel system to get where they want to go quickly. Fast travel can be especially useful for people who only have a little time to play games. If you only have an hour to play a game, I doubt you'd want to spend half of that time just running from one side of the map to the other. Well, some people may like that, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. I think it's fair to be frustrated if you're made to run through the same map over and over again just to get to an objective. It's fair to assume that if you've travelled down a path in an open world a few times, it's not likely that you're going to run into anything new or interesting if you travel down it again. Games are designed to not be repetitive, as repetitive tasks, as we all know, get boring very quickly. So the use of fast travel allows the players to get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing and experience a bit of variety. As I said in the previous section, modern games get a lot more quality of life features, which can be a good thing, but often making things simpler or easier does come with some trade-offs. For example, we didn't used to get as many autosaves or quick saves at all in previous games. Now we do. It's good because when you die, you don't necessarily need to lose as much progress in your game. You're not sent back like an hour or 2 hours to your last save like you used to be. This save system is definitely a great addition, but it does come with the problem that it allows players to save scum. You can just save before doing something like pickpocketing someone, and if you fail, you can just keep reloading and reattempting the pickpocketing until you succeed. This makes games bland, and it's almost as if the player can do things like pickpocketing someone without fear of repercussions. Introducing fast travel as a quality of life improvement is no different. Fast travel is a system which can be overused and abused. When a player only uses the fast travel system, they miss out on a lot of the content that is packed into the world. In Skyrim, if you're constantly fast travelling from place to place, you will rarely see the random encounters which are featured on the roads and paths of the world. Not just that, but a lot of the opportunities for environmental storytelling, Easter eggs or quests which start spontaneously when you stumble across something whilst out in the game world are completely lost to this fast travel system. This is especially true with Bethesda games like Skyrim. There are so many little bits and pieces around the game world to find, so many small details and touches which bring the world to life, but if you only fast travel everywhere, you will miss out on almost all of these small details. Game developers spend years and years designing a game world down to the smallest details. Each tree, each rock, each awkwardly placed NPC, hundreds of hours making sure the placement of everything meets the specifications set out in the documents and looks good. But when you heavily rely on the fast travel system, you do not see all of the work that they put into the game. It can make the game world they crafted seem smaller and less cohesive. When you can teleport from Whiterun to Solitude in 3 seconds flat, does it really feel like Skyrim is still a vast, living world? Overuse of fast travel can disrupt the pacing and balance of the game. It can break the tension in games too, where instead of traversing through dangerous areas, the player can just fast travel to where they want to go, or if they haven't discovered the area that they want to go to yet, they could just fast travel somewhere that has an easier route to where they want to go. In the game Stalker 2, there's a mission where you must travel to a cellar which is in the middle of a poppy field. If you don't drink energy drinks almost constantly whilst you're in this field, you will pass out and eventually die. Once you reach the cellar and retrieve the item, you're still in the middle of the poppy field. You must contend with the poppy field again if you want to escape. If Stalker 2 had a fast travel system, the tension would completely be broken by the time you reached the root cellar, as you would just be able to pop out your map, click on where you wanted to go and fast travel yourself safely out of the poppy field. Please note that I think the footage that I'm currently showing on screen makes the mission look way easier than it actually is, because I already played the mission, so I already had a rough idea of where the cellar was, but if you didn't know where the cellar was, you'd probably be scouring around this poppy field over and over again, and you'd probably get knocked out at least once or twice during your search. Ultimately, a fast travel system can negatively impact the immersion of the player in the game world. It is less believable world when you can just whip out your map and click on where you want to go, and then seconds later you'll be teleported there, completely safe without repercussion. Knowing that large swaths of the map are going to be largely missed out or ignored by players can affect the design of the open world. Why would a developer put effort into an area if they know that area is just going to be missed when the player fast travels from place to place? All of those small details that we talked about previously may be deemed unnecessary. The developers may think that the players don't appreciate them and don't need them. And I think if they remove these small details, then we've lost a lot from the game. Well, personally, I do love the no fast travel runs of Skyrim because apparently I'm a masochist. I do get that I'm in the minority here. Most players want fast travel, and that's okay. Without fast travel, players may feel that the pacing of the game is too slow and the game is boring. They don't have infinite time to play games. They may be restricted on their time and they don't want to spend it just running through the world. I would say that the ideal fast travel system for a game would be the point-to-point fast travel system that we talked about previously. This would mean that the player would still not be able to fast travel from wherever they wanted, they would need to go to a specific point to fast travel. I feel like this would give a nice balance between allowing the player to enjoy the game at a pace they like and making the player experience the game world and enjoy all of the world building and details which the developers had put into the game. The player would not be able to use this system to carry them to safety. And ultimately, I think that's what strikes the right balance between quality of life and letting the player experience the world. That's my piece. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.